Ever feel like your music is missing that punch? Like you're not just listening to a song, but you know that feeling, right? That desire for your audio to do more than just exist in the background. Now, what if I told you that in this video, we're going to dive deep into the 5 best Cerwin-Vega speakers you can get your hands on today, breaking down what makes them tick, what they're best for, and yeah, where they might fall a little short. So stick around, because we're about to start with number 5 and work our way up to the king of the Cerwin-Vega lineup. 5. Cerwin-Vega XLS-10. Now this one is a bit of a curveball, because it's not a traditional speaker, but a powered subwoofer. And I mean, if you're looking for an easy, no-fuss way to add some low-end thump to your car or a small room, this is a pretty compelling option. It's a slim, under-seat subwoofer, and that right there is the big selling point. It's a fantastic solution for anyone who doesn't want to sacrifice trunk space for a big subwoofer enclosure. The installation is, well, pretty straightforward, and it comes with a remote bass knob, which is a really nice touch. It lets you dial in the perfect amount of bass without having to reach under your seat every time. But, my time with it, it was interesting. Well, it delivers on its promise of adding bass in a compact package. It's not exactly what I would call audiophile quality. The bass is more about punch and impact than it is about clarity and definition. It's that kind of boomy, thump-thump bass that works great for hip-hop and electronic music. But when you're listening to something with a more intricate bass line, like, say, some jazz or salsa, it can get a little muddy. It's like the subwoofer is shouting, "I'm here," instead of, subtly filling out the lower frequencies. For the price point, and considering its size, it's a solid value, but you have to be realistic about its limitations. 4. Cerwin-Vega SL-5M. These are the smallest speakers on our list, but don't let their size fool you. They are surprisingly capable for their compact footprint. I was actually pretty impressed with how much sound they could produce. They have a 5.25-inch woofer and a 1-inch soft dome tweeter, and they do a good job of filling a small to medium-sized room with sound. They're incredibly versatile, You can use them as a stereo pair or as rear surround speakers in a home theater setup. The classic Cerwin-Vega red ring around the driver is a nice visual touch, a little nod to their heritage, which I personally appreciate. But, and you knew there would be a but, right? While they sound bigger than they look, they still have their limitations, especially when it comes to the lower frequencies. They can't, for obvious reasons, reproduce the deep bass that the larger Cerwin-Vega speakers are known for. You're going to need a subwoofer to get that full, rich, room-shaking experience. And, the mids, while present, can feel a bit muted at times. They're not as clear or as dynamic as I would have liked, especially when playing complex tracks. It's like the speaker is trying to do too much, pushing out bass and highs and leaving the mids to fend for themselves. Don't get me wrong, for a small speaker, they deliver a decent punch. They have a peak sensitivity of 85 dBp, which means they do need a bit of power to really get them going. 3. Cerwin-Vega Home Audio SL-28. Now we're getting into the real Cerwin-Vega experience. This is a floor-standing speaker, a proper tower, and the difference is instantly noticeable. It's got a dual 8-inch woofer configuration and a 1-inch soft dome tweeter. The dual woofers, they make a huge difference, they really do. They push a serious amount of air, delivering that deep, powerful bass that Cerwin-Vega is famous for. It's a bass you don't just hear, you feel it. It's that chest-thumping, visceral feeling that truly brings movies and music to life. It's a two-way system, which is a bit of a surprise given its size, but they've clearly put a lot of work into making that crossover point sound smooth. The SL-28 sound is, well, it's impressive. The highs are crisp and well-defined, and the bass is, as I said, fantastic. They handle a peak power of 300 watts, so you can really crank up the volume, and they just keep on going without any noticeable distortion. This is where you start to see that Cerwin-Vega performance really shine through. They have a classic, no-nonsense look with that iconic removable grille, so you can show off those red-ringed woofers. They have a relatively small footprint for a floor-standing speaker with dual 8-inch woofers, which is a nice perk if you're, a bit limited on space. Now, while the bass is awesome, and I mean it's really awesome, the mids can sometimes get a little lost in the mix. 2. Cerwin-Vega SL-12. The SL-12 is the flagship of the SL series, and it's a true 3-way floor-standing speaker. That means it has a dedicated driver for each frequency range, a massive 12-inch woofer, a 5.25-inch mid-range driver, and a 1-inch soft dome tweeter. That dedicated mid-range driver, well, it makes all the difference in the world. This isn't just a speaker that's loud and boomy, it's a speaker that's full. The vocals, the instruments, they all come through with a clarity and a presence that was lacking in the previous models. The sound from the SL-12 is it's incredible. The 12-inch woofer delivers bass that is deep, tight, and incredibly impactful. I mean, you can feel the sound vibrating through the floor. The mid-range driver handles the crucial vocal frequencies with ease, creating a soundstage that feels expansive and alive. And the highs, they are crisp and clear, without ever being, harsh or fatiguing. It's a beautifully balanced sound that still holds true to the Cerwin-Vega legacy of being live and loud. This is the speaker you want for a home theater setup, or for a big party, or for a Friday night when you want to feel the music. The SL-12 handles a peak power of 300 watts, and it has a high sensitivity of 91 dB, so it doesn't even need a ton of power to get rocking. The build quality is solid, and the bass reflex cabinet is designed to, optimize the low-frequency response. 1. Cerwin-Vega XLS-28. The XLS series is Cerwin-Vega's classic lineup, and the XLS-28 is, it's the most popular tower in the bunch. This speaker is a beast. It's a 3-way floor-standing tower that features dual 8-inch cast-frame high-excursion woofers, a 6.5-inch mid-range speaker, and a 1-inch soft dome tweeter. The addition of that dedicated 6.5-inch mid-range driver is, a total game changer. The XLS-28 takes everything I loved about the SL-12 and perfects it. The sound on the XLS-28 is simply phenomenal. The dual 8-inch woofers deliver a tight, punchy, and incredibly deep bass that is both powerful and controlled. The dedicated mid-range driver provides an immense amount of clarity and detail, making vocals and instruments sound incredibly lifelike. And the highs, thanks to Cerwin-Vega's proprietary waveguide, are silky smooth and non-fatiguing, with a wide dispersion that creates a huge, immersive soundstage. It's a speaker that's both loud and articulate, a rare combination in this price range. You can listen to rock music at a deafening volume and still hear every single guitar riff, or you can enjoy a quiet acoustic track and hear every nuance of the singer's voice. The XLS-28 is truly the pinnacle of Cerwin-Vega's home audio lineup. It's not just a speaker, it's a statement. It's a testament to Cerwin-Vega's legacy of live and loud audio, but with a level of refinement and detail that you might not expect. Final thought. That's all for today.